Guys, they said that the palace tremble as Ebony finally submit herself for emotional treatment in the kingdom. According to the information, remember they said Ebony have just begged the Sultan of Sokoto who came to the palace because of the 10th anniversary celebration. They said she went to this man, she knelt before him, she begged that the Sultan should help her and speak to the king. That it's been 3 to 4 months that she have never visited her husband's chamber. And that is breaking her down. It is making her lose concentration. It is making her feel rejected and all of that. So, and they said even when Sultan was asking her several questions, advising her, telling her things that she should know and the things that she should avoid, especially in a polygamous family like this, a lot of people was hoping that maybe Ebony would change. Ebony have listened to what the man advised him because they said the man spent so much time advising Ebony. But one thing about Ebony is that her level of jealousy towards everything, especially when it has to do with the jewel, is something that she cannot control. So she needs help. She really needs help. So when the king wanted to leave to go to Lagos after the Thanksgiving, you know, Ebony changed to another thing. As a matter of fact, you will never believe that this is the same woman that the Sultan have been counseling for hours. You know, her attitude changed. They said Blow Blow was there, and Blow Blow could not hold it but start advising her, telling her that she needed help, that this is getting out of hand because they said Ebony started making so much trouble just because of the fact that the king wants to leave. Ebony was hoping that after the Sultan speak to the king will forget about the jewel or what. I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking. But unfortunately, the king wanted to go and be with the jewel. And it becomes another problem for Ebony. That was when this Blow Blow started telling Ebony. It's not only Blow Blow. They said even Oletik. And so many of them who think that at the moment there is still some level of peace in the palace, they started blasting Ebony, telling Ebony, is the king only married to you? Is it that because you never imagined that you become a wife to the king and now that you have become the wife, it has entered your brain? Because we all know that Ebony was an ayaba before. An ayaba upgraded to a wife. And it is entering her head as if she's the first wife and the king later married all of these other women. They said the kind of trouble she started making again, that they started advising her that the best thing for her to do is to go for emotional treatment. They said there is a woman in the palace who is specialized on that. That woman, the moment she sees you, that thing they say she's doing is like a gift. When she sees you, she reads mind from what we are hearing. You know that some people are like that. She will tell you what your problem is and how to go about it. All you need to do is to accept her guidance, accept her treatment. She will be guiding you, even though they say it will take time. But it is left for you to notice, first of all, that you have a problem. But we know that Ebony's major problem is that she never accepted that she makes a mistake. She's always right and others are wrong. That's her major problem. She always find a way to blame someone for her misfortune or for even her mistake. The one she did, she would always want to blame it on others. That is her problem. And that is why they said this is not the first time, neither is it the second or the third time they have been advising her to go for this emotional treatment. They said the woman in question is doing great. That in most cases, that there have been issues where wives to kings, not even this particular king, that whenever they are always jealous of each other, they always want to be with their husband, and it is not forthcoming. That sometimes most people don't know how to control such situation, and it gets to them that they are always angry with situation, they are always angry with everything, they are always jealous with others and jealous of others and all of that. So situations like this, they said the woman is the one person that they always recommend for them. And anyone who really want to make peace within herself, because you know that peace comes from yourself. If you are not peaceful within yourself, your environment might not be able to give you that peace. People around you might not be able to give you that peace, because even if they bring peace and your inner self doesn't give you, you don't have peace in yourself, you can never be peaceful. So they said that is some of the kind of things that this woman in question help people to achieve, you know. So when Ebony started with this issue of the king going to be with the jewel, they said when the other wives descended on her, the normal Ebony that we all know would have started, fighting the others or exchanging words with them. They said Ebony was calmed. Maybe because she remembered the things that Sultan have told her or said to her. I don't know, but they said she was calm. Especially when they said Blow Blow told her that, look, you see, with the way you are going to break down. You are going to buy yourself, and the king will continue to go and say the jewel. In as much as they have concluded that even after the forest ritual that will happen when Iyanifa comes, that the jewel might not be staying in the palace, because she said she doesn't like crowd. She doesn't want to be counted amongst them. She wants to reconcile with her husband and live where she wants to live. So, and you know that as long as that is the case, one thing that it will do is that the king will always be going to be with the jewel, because that is where his inner peace and love lies. Whenever the king is with the jewel or the son, the kind of happiness and joy that radiates is something that doesn't happen when he is with Ebony. As a matter of fact, whenever he is with Ebony, Ebony is the one that is always forcing the interaction or the laughter or anything. But once he is with the king, with the jewel, the thing will be coming from both sides to tell you that this is true love. So when Blow Blow advised her that the king will continue to see the jewel, whether you like it or not. So the earlier you learn to manage that situation, the better for you. They said they reminded her to go for this emotional treatment again. And from what we are hearing, they said they were in shock upon hearing that Ebony went there with her two legs by herself. And the good part of it, from what we're hearing, is that they say while the woman was questioning her, she was answering. And the kind of questions they said this woman asks is something that you can never imagine, but that is what is happening to you. And the major reason why they said Ebony needs this kind of counseling and treatment is because this is a polygamous home. There things can never work in Ebony's, how will I put it, the way Ebony wanted. Things will always go the way it wants to go. It is left for Ebony to adapt to the system and to find a way to survive in it. Anyway, guys, they said they were all shocked upon hearing that Ebony have commenced emotional treatment, that they were surprised. I just pray it will continue, and after that, that her lifestyle and story will change. Anyways, that is what we're hearing. Don't forget that these are all alleged unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them. Okay, thanks for watching. Do well to share this video. Bye for now. Love you.